G'day, Liam Lawson, demoted from Red Bull, out-qualifies his replacement Yuki Tsunoda. It was a fascinating battle today on track, with Liam qualifying 14th and Yuki 15th, with Max, Yuki's teammate, on pole. Does this confirm what many are saying, that second Red Bull car is very hard to drive? Look, it's certainly a possibility, but it is definitely too early for that. Yuki's only had 4 track sessions in the car, but then again, Liam's only had 4 in the V-carb. Well, the 2025 V-carb. But were you surprised? I was. After qualifying, I followed him back from the press pen, and while he wasn't jumping out of his skin, he was certainly pleased, and so was Laurent Mekies, who met him halfway back to the hospitality suite, and they chatted about that session. It was all positive. Yuki said he was very ashamed. I didn't expect, to be honest, this result. He felt that he let the thousands of Japanese fans down. He did answer questions in the media pen for quite some time, and there were plenty of questions. But both Liam and Yuki were outdone by their teammates, with Max showing some unexpected emotion in Parc Ferme. Look, it's been, 9 months since he put his Red Bull on pole, and he obviously missed that buzz. This was my standout pick today, and while it looks like he's playing up just for me, truth be known, I was standing right next to one of the Red Bull shooters, so I got lucky. Very lucky. But what about Liam's teammate Isaac Hadjar? He qualified 7th, and afterwards he was, measured in his joy. But he did mention that this is F1, not F2, meaning you don't bounce around anywhere near as much if you have a good result. I caught Isaac and Alex having a chat, and then Oliver Behrman got involved, and it appears they get on very, very well. There was a fair bit of banter going backwards and forwards here. And that's nice to see from the younger brigade. I spoke to Ollie's dad afterwards, and he told me that they thought they were good for maybe a P12. So 10th for Ollie was a real bonus. And just going back to Isaac, I found this fan in the fan zone who was very keen to let all and sundry know that he looked similar to Isaac. And I concur. Lando took 2nd, Oscar 3rd, and have a look at the top that Oscar's girlfriend Lily was wearing. This is handmade by a Sydney designer. It's actually based on the Albert Park circuit, and as you can see, there are plenty of beads that have been hand-stitched together. This is a one-off, and Lily fell in love with it. Different drivers have different pre-session routines, and I discovered today that Oscar Piastri's routine is a bit of jumping rope out the back of his hospitality suite. And I can tell you too that Oscar, after his last race, the one he won in China, had no celebration. I thought he might have gone out and partied, but no, he headed straight home and went to bed. I found these 2 fellas in the Alpine garage, and they get on very well. It was a quiet moment, and the boys were having a little bit of fun. I think at some point they realised I was photographing them, but have a look at their tattoos. They are certainly devotees of skin art. Now I noticed this diamond-studded bracelet of Charles, and it didn't take me long to work out that the 26th of May 2024 was indeed the day he won the Monaco Grand Prix. This was produced by one of his sponsors, APM Monaco, and is a very impressive piece. I must say we are missing Lewis Hamilton's fashion, because the last 2 days here at the track he's come in Ferrari gear and been quite shy about being photographed. He has worn fashionable kit this season, but only in Australia for the 4 days. Let's talk reserve drivers too, in particular. Antonio Giovinazzi's with us this weekend as the Ferrari reserve driver, always a popular character. And Ryo Hirakawa, who I didn't realise was in his early 30s. To me, he looks like he might be in his 20s, but no, definitely early 30s, married, and has 2 daughters. And I caught them out the front of the paddock on Friday morning. Have you noticed the numbers on the Haas cars? They're in a Japanese font. A little hard to read, but they certainly look impressive, and I love the cherry blossoms on that car. It really stands out. Toto Wolff is not here with us this weekend. Instead, Bradley Lord, who is the team representative, is handling a lot of the tasks that Toto would normally handle. And why is he not here this weekend? Well, team principals don't have to do every race, and it was mentioned to me that Toto is indeed quite tall, and Japan is built mainly for shorter people, and I can tell you I've got numerous cuts on my head from walking into doors, and Toto is taller than me. So that is one part of the reason why he's not here, but not the overriding one. Now, drivers' sisters, I've spotted 2 today, one being Kimi Antonelli's sister Maggie, and he really does have a lot of time for her. Walks in hand, makes sure she's not overrun by fans. And the other sister with us is Riko Tsunoda, Yuki's sister. Yuki's dad's also here, Nobuaki, certainly one of the most stylishly dressed men in the paddock. Mum, yes, she's here, but she was sitting out in the grandstand at the time that I took these pictures. Well, I've come out to the motorsport gate here, and there's already a crowd of plenty waiting to see their favourite driver drive in. And it's not just drivers. For instance, there's a car full of Ferrari crew, and they get a great wave and a welcome. So would you like to have a chat with some of them? Well, I would, but unfortunately there's not one that speaks English. But they're colourful, enthusiastic, and happy to be here on a beautiful Suzuka Mall. And the most coveted spot here on this walk is the very closest one to the edge, and this is a group of Ferrari fans who have pretty much monopolised that. Now, this was the scene on the back of the grandstand on Thursday morning. But come Saturday, this is what we have, the two drivers in their new race suits. Japan is the home of modern camera technology, Canon, Nikon, Sony, all based here, plus others. Well, I can tell you that you can actually buy a ticket where you can come and photograph with your big lenses. It's an amazing thing. Many tracks won't allow you in with good cameras. Not here. Look at this section of crowd at the hairpin. That's some people from the FIA giving them a bit of a welcome. In past years, the race has always been held towards the end of the year, which meant we didn't have cherry blossoms, but they're everywhere this year. And as such, we get to shoot from the cherry blossoms on the outside of Turn 2. And I can tell you that there were probably 70 photographers out there yesterday clamouring for positions. And the shots you get are quite unique. This race is one of the best value for both tickets and food. And I went out to the fan zone today and priced the food on offer there. It was exceptionally good value. $8 for a burger, karaage chicken about $5, a kebab for $6, and beef and rice under $10. I put a post up today about this, and Ben Nugent said that's about double what you'd pay in Australia. And somebody also mentioned that you're paying about $4 for a beer out there, and even less for a lemon sour. And when it comes to eating out away from the track, we come to this place. I don't know what it's called in Japanese, but for us, it's the Meat Palace. I've been here, I think, 3 years in a row at this area, and I eat here every night. It's fantastic. One thing's for certain, this year is shaping up to be an absolute cracker when it comes to F1 races. Now, while I go and have a feed here at the Meat Palace, I'm going to ask you to please like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, and a lot of you may think you're subscribed but aren't, please do so now. And for a whole lot of extra content and merchandise, this is where you need to go. Thanks for watching,
and stay passionate.
That again?
Yeah, be quiet.
Welcome to Shiroko train station. It's crazy here. People are going from this station back to Nagoya.
Oh my God, I watch your videos.
He watches my videos. Well, they're on my video, that's for sure. We have to battle this tomorrow night as well. So it's all exciting here. There's a big queue of people waiting to get on their train. Hello, boss.
Can I take a photo with you?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Now we're getting these guys.